Hi, I am Lee with Lesbian Speaking. You might remember me from, TikTok, where I talk about reality TV and reality TV personalities. Well, I am going to do something here on YouTube that I never thought that I was going to do, and I am going to make a video about Angela Deem. Yeah, sorry about that, but here we are, folks. You see, there was a situation that came up, and you probably saw it on TikTok. And if you haven't, go and check it out. Lesbian Speaking, I have it there. Rizzo has it posted on her account. They had a falling out with Angela Deem. See, there was these events that was going to happen, and Rizzo got Angela flight, and somebody else paid her $1,000 deposit, and Angela then was crickets. Well, you see, she has a lot of pressures in life having those 6 grandkids. So, But anyways, let's get into what was sent to me that she once again was talking about me during her lives. And I'm going to point out something very, very big about the language that she uses when speaking about me. And in this one, she didn't call me ugly bitch. Although she probably did in the live at some point. But let's get into it.
We're talking about, I'm not going to mention her name, the blogger and the gay lady with the gray hair that made so much money off me by lies, showing one house, saying I had locks on the door in this house, and then she'd show the old house.
She gets the views off her. She lied.
The gay lady with
did a video
2 letters
of a house that
I'm not
was
saying
not.
her name.
But
I don't want to talk about it no more on a live. I'll tell you privately, Jan, because I'm not giving them no ammo. I'm not playing with these people. I'm not playing with them. You literally slandered me. You took everything Michael said and you repeated it. I slaved you. Can I ask anybody in the chat, how do you slave somebody when you're at a bar and you got a waiter? Can you anybody explain that to me?
So there we have it. A few things that came out of that video. So first off, I want to point out that Angela made some comment about me previously. She was upset that she was an ally of my community, and yet I talk poorly of her. And as an ally, I shouldn't be talking about her like that. Well, every time, literally every time her and Jan and Just Adriana talk about me, they call me the lesbian or the gay. That's not polite. That is actually extremely disrespectful. And I understand they're going to be like, but you call yourself lesbian speaking. Yes, I do that because I don't want people to come and follow me who don't want to follow a lesbian. And if you say this whole comment of, well, it's obvious you're a lesbian by looking at you, where's the respect in that? Where's the allyship in that? Okay. Now, to the next point. I do not make money off of Angela. I make money off of TikTok views. Yes, I'm a content creator. I'm paid by views. I make content about reality TV. I make content about other people on TikTok. I make content about news. Okay, but mostly reality TV. So if you want to be in the limelight and if you want to be on TV and you want to be a quote unquote celebrity, which is pretty heavy quotes there, then, I'm going to be making content and other people are going to be making content. That's the way it works. There's actually a huge promotion in the content creator world to make about TV and movies. So it's not like these platforms don't know we're doing it because they want us to do it. With that being said, I make content and I get paid for views because I have quality content. Angela does not make content. She may do voice stuff here and there, heavy filters, whatever, but she's not putting in an effort to make content. What she does is she goes on lives, she bullies people, she talks crap about people, and she forces people to give her gifts on lives or she will terminate the live. She does not even treat her own followers or her own fans with respect. The Angela that I am talking about is the Angela that we see in public, the Angela we see on TV and on TikTok. And the reason why I would believe Michael is a better character than Angela, because if you go to his TikTok lives, plain and simple, he is loving, respectful, caring. He has an open forum. He doesn't force anybody to give him anything to be there. He doesn't say, if you want to be in my box, you got to send me a galaxy. None of this happens. Angela, however, is just downright mean to people. And I feel like maybe they like that or something. They think it's funny, but really what you're doing is you're feeding the beast, giving her that ego. And that gets into the whole part about listening to Michael, where she says that I listen to Michael and just his side of the story and what he says happened in the background, which is actually not true. It's not true. I am deciphering things based upon what I see, what I hear with my own two eyes, my own two ears, with documents that are public on a public forum. Everything that you put out there, yourself, Angela, is what I judge you on. I have asked Michael specifically not to tell me specifics that I don't see that is already put out there in the public eye, because I don't want to have a skewed representation. I want to only create based upon what people witness, because I have proof of that. Anything that comes out of his mouth about what has happened is hearsay. It's a third party. So no, I don't create content based upon anything Michael says. But let's go another step, because you had someone else, Wolf, come on and make a video about you and basically sticking up for you as it comes to the situation with you and Rizzo. So let's go ahead and play that.
I just had to come on here and say something. None of us know each other. You see me here, I see you there. I like what I see, I love you. I just totally fall in love with your personality and who you are. It's the same thing with celebrities or people that you know. If people come on here and want to bash somebody, but you don't know what happens behind a closed door, all you see is what happens behind an open door. People aren't always the same as you think they are. Now, I particularly have spent time with a certain celebrity, and they treated me like I was fucking royalty. Good heart, good soul. Not one bad thing. But you want to see somebody come on who's aggravated after being bashed like they're nobody. I know for a fact, and right now I'll go ahead and tell you I'm talking about Angela Dean, who is a very good friend of mine. I've known her for 9 years, and I've never known her to take anything from anyone. She has to go do these performances. They're not free. They're not free. She has never, in 9 years that I've known her, she would give her heart and soul to make sure you're comfortable and loved beyond belief. Okay? So when you see the aggravation on her face, you don't know what she's going through. She takes care of a lot of people in her home. And she tries to take care of herself, but she always puts herself last. I personally am going to tell you that.
I'm going to stop that right there. Because first off, Angela points out, now Wolf is pointing out, and I know Just Adriana's pointed out, and Jan has pointed out that Angela has all these grandkids she's taking care of. And even in the text that Angela had to Rizzo about these things is, I can't handle that right now because I got 6 grandkids. Look, that's nobody else's problem but hers. Angela's grandkids, she has made into her own problem. She had 2 daughters, and those daughters had babies with other people. So these kids have parents to take care of them. But Angela has taken it upon herself to be the one to do that, and uses that as a crutch to treat people how she wants to, or to get away with things how she wants to. And that's not okay. And this whole thing constantly has been years and years and years of, you don't know what I go through. You don't know what I go through. Great. Do you know what anybody else goes through? I'm going to ask you, Angela Dean, at any point you have called me these names, you have belittled me, you have put me down. Do you have any idea what it is that I go through in my life, I'm giving you time here to think about it. I know the answer is no. Absolutely not. And I'm also going to ask you, do you know what it is that perhaps this young lady has gone through in her life as you had this encounter?
You knew nothing.
I never said.
Put your hand down. Don't me.
Don't talk to me like that.
me.
Don't put your finger in my face.
Don't me.
Get out. No.
Don't me either. The way, don't put your hands on me.
Don't put your hand up in me.
Well, what you gonna do?
I'm gonna sit down.
I think so, and I will too. So don't put your hands on me. Thank you. Don't put your finger.
Don't put your, I went like this and you put your finger practically up my nose. Don't be a hypocrite.
Okay, probably not. But I'm going to ask you also, do you know what maybe this young lady was going through in her life at the time that you did this to her?
Don't y'all bullying this man. That's between Jesse.
Listen,
you
I'm
listen.
a friend.
I have 6 grandkids. You listen. You're a beautiful girl. You got enough going on in your life to not worry about him and Darcy. You say you're a Muslim? I can't tell at this moment.
I am a Muslim.
No, you're not. You're
I'm
sitting there
sticking up for
conducting
my
yourself.
I mean, Angela, you say you're a Christian. At what point do I start seeing Christian values? And then I'm going to go ahead and go to the next moment. What was this person going through in their life at the moment that you did this?
Don't ever talk to me that way again.
Angie,
No, go to.
the only one who's mad right now is you.
No, bitch, you run your mouth and I'm not it.
I'm not running my mouth.
I'm not it.
I
When did I over talk to you? When did I over talk to you? I sat there and let you talk. I sat there and took up you. When did I?
I have very little care or very little regard on what it is that Angela Deem is going through in her life when she has zero regard for others. Even videos pop up of her doing this to strangers on the street. No, you cannot use things that you've been through as an excuse to treat people this way. You can't. I've been through some horrendous things in my life. And never once have I said, well, I could do that because X, Y, and Z. No. If I do something to upset or hurt someone, you be damn sure I'm going to get my ass into therapy and figure out why it is that I'm dealing with that internally. Now, I just want to make it very clear that all of these people who are saying you don't know the Angela behind the scenes, you don't know what she's like. She has every opportunity to show us that person, and she chooses. She makes the choice every day to turn on her camera, to turn on her live feed, and to represent the person who is hateful, who is spiteful, and who is hurtful. She makes that choice. Instead of making the choice to pick up the phone and call a therapist, she's picking up the phone and going live and screaming at people, putting people down and treating them like garbage, treating them like she's better than they are because she's the queen. The way she treated Michael was no exception to that. And she keeps saying, you don't know what he put me through. You don't know what he put me through. We don't. You don't talk about that. There is no softer side that says, I'm hurting. I've been through something. I need help. There is just that attack. And the things that we did witness, the things that we absolutely witnessed, were abusive. You cannot sit here and tell me that if your partner, any one of Angela's friends, think about this right now, if your partner did any of this to you.
I don't want your. I'm still gonna run embarrassed that you come up here know. You're not sorry. There's your cake, Michael. That doesn't work this time.
You know. So what is it?
Let me tell you something. You better get your ass and get your. You want to get fun? Duck up. Duck it. Duck it. You got to run. Duck it. Get your ass. Don't throw Michael.
Think about this. Think about this before you have this answer really quick that is like, yeah, but that's Angela and Michael. But if you don't accept that behavior for yourself in your own life, why do you think that that would be acceptable for anybody else? And to say that he was cheating and lying so he deserved it is bullshit. If somebody is cheating and lying, they deserve to get dumped. That's what they deserve. Cheating and lying is not a license to treat people this way. And I can tell you, one of the many reasons why I am very open and honest about the fact that I am afraid of Angela Deem is because of behavior like this. If she got into my face the way that she got into his face and other people's face, I would call the cops. That is assault. That's assault. That's abuse. It's not okay. There is zero excuse for it. If you feel your partner is doing you wrong, you deal with what your partner is doing wrong, or you get the fuck out. You don't get to treat people this way. And if you feel like that's acceptable in your life, I suggest you get help, because it's not acceptable. Nobody should ever treat you that way. And you should never treat anybody else that way. So I didn't think I would be coming onto YouTube and making a video about Angela Deem and all of these antics, but I got fed up. I'm fed up. I'm fed up with her calling me an ugly bitch. I'm fed up with her calling me the gay every time she talks about me. It's disrespectful. It's not a way that I talk about her. I say that she is a narcissist. I say that she is abusive. I'm talking about the personality that she has portrayed on TV and on TikTok. Do I know her personally? No, I don't. Do I care to know her personally? Absolutely not. She has every chance to get on TikTok in those TikTok lives and be a sweet person instead of trash talking other people like she does constantly. That's all she does. And for that, the person that we see in the public eye that is the celebrity, and trust me, she is no celebrity, but the person that we see, I have zero desire to have anybody like that in any part of a circle in my life. And for those of you who continue to see that and say that it's acceptable and it's okay, and you're watching it, and her friend group who's going in and attacking other people and saying that they're going to go and flood people's TikTok accounts with hate and try to get their TikTok account removed because they don't like something that is being said about her. But it's okay for her to say all of these things about other people and have no repercussions. Just think about the hypocrisy that is happening in your own mind in order to get to that conclusion. And I also want to tell people that if you think that the only way that Angela can make money off of TikTok is to receive these gifts in her lives and the subscriptions, that's not true. Sure, I receive gifts and I have a small subscription base. I don't promote to receive gifts. I get paid off of my views. I get paid off of my interaction on my content. I put in work. Angela bullies people to pay her on lives. If you listen to her on live, she'll do this. Well, we're going to get off if nobody's going to send me a galaxy. How is this making a living on TikTok? And as has been pointed out so many times, she spends all of this time going live and bullying people just to give her money when she could be putting her energy into something that's actually productive to where she can actually just earn her money honestly, like I do. Making content, getting views, making content about Angela Deem, making content about Cody Brown, making content about so many other people on TV. You are not my bubble, Angela Deem. And you need to stop making me your bubble, because there's a lot of other people making content out there. And the reason why you particularly don't like me making content is because you know I got your number. I got you figured out. You push people to get what you want. And the more they don't give you what you want, the louder you get until they cave in. And I'm not allowing you to come into my space whatsoever for that to affect me. Because I know through the work that I've been through and through the therapy that I've been through, that that's something I can't handle, nor should I ever need to handle that. It's called boundaries. Something that your followers need to learn for themselves. So, that is my take on Angela Deem and her current situation. Did I talk about the door thing? I'm going to, in case I didn't talk about the door thing, I want to make sure to bring that up because she talks about that every time. I made a video that was about her initial home that she lived in with her mother, where she took care of her elderly mother. And there was a lock on the door. And I thought that that was the same home that Michael had been brought into when he came in the States, because of a clip that TLC had that combined the two homes in the same episode. So I was confused. My bad. I was corrected, and I made a video to correct that video. Okay? Ever since she had said that I had slandered her because I said that there was a lock on the door in that house, in the different house. Never once has Angela said, I never locked anybody in a room. Here's a perfectly good reason why there was a lock on that door of my mother's bedroom. Here's an explanation of why we would ever have a lock. None of that. All she has said is that's a different house. So you're lying and that's slanderous. I've corrected that. People make mistakes. She makes mistakes constantly. She caught me in a mistake. And there's nothing more to say. That book has been closed. And if you had any recourse to take legal action for that, well, you would have done that by now. I have no letters. You promised a letter a year ago. I still haven't received it. So P.O. Box is still in my profile. You can still send it. But I did clear up that mistake, so I really don't see any legal recourse happening about that. Nor do I see it happening anyways, because I can point to the episode where that clearly was made a confusing part of everything. But hey, so that's the door thing that she keeps talking about from that ugly bitch Lesbian LI. Stop calling me that. Just stop. I don't name call you. I've called you narcissist and abusive, and that's not name calling. That's trait calling. So if you don't want to be called those things, then don't act like those things. All right, this is all I got. Until next time, folks. Thanks for joining Lesbian Speaking YouTube. Make sure to catch me on TikTok, Lesbian Speaking, Instagram, Lesbian Speaking, everywhere you can think of. Lesbian Speaking. Well, except Etsy. Etsy is LS Online Finds. I got a lot of good stuff there. So have a good day, y'all.